GTA are an extremely well-known brand here in the UK. Perhaps not so well known outside of the UK, but maybe so. How are you doing in terms of a global brand?
Well, a lot of our growth over the last 3 to 5 years has actually been in Asia Pacific, in North America, in the Middle East, from a destination perspective. So GTA today is about 60% EMEA centric from a destination standpoint, but that's down from about 80% 5 years ago. So what we're seeing is massive growth into the Middle East, into China, India, South America, most of North America. It's a real diversification of our footprint relative to what we used to be. We had a tremendously robust first 7-8 months. We were up 20+% year on year globally, with numbers exceeding 40-50% in the Middle East, South America, many of the Asian destinations. We've certainly seen that tail off in the last 6 to 8 weeks. We're still positive year on year in the back half of 2008. And as we look forward, 2009 we believe is going to be a tough year for the market and the industry. The neat thing about our footprint and being so globally diversified, having 30,000 plus tour operator and travel agency relationships, is we believe, the largest and most diverse footprint of any wholesale competitor out there. What that means for us is that in a very tough time, we expect to grow and get stronger. And we expect in the marketplace to see perhaps the opposite, which is consolidation and some of the smaller players not be able to operate as effectively as they have over the last few years. The GTA started as a groups business, and that was its legacy up until about 10 years ago. And it was majority city-centric, what we call Fortress Europe destinations. We then grew into the FIT market, both in the travel agent marketplace and in the Octopus consumer direct marketplace. What we've done is we've begun to go both up and down scale from a star perspective. We've begun to go into leisure destinations and more secondary destinations, and we've seen a massive expansion of our inventory in markets outside of Europe. So the Middle East, Pan-Asia Pacific, and all through the Americas. So it's really a much more diverse global footprint. Our tagline now is everywhere on Earth. I think it all starts with the supply side of the business. And that is, as good as the quality of the product we put on our shelves, so goes the company. What it means for us is getting a stickier relationship with our key partner hotels. And that is really the top 20-30% of our supplier relationships, hoteliers and services companies around the world, we're going to get in bed more deeply with, perhaps than we ever have. On the customer side, we're going to do the same thing. And that is, we're going to target our top customers and really make sure that we can grow share together in this marketplace. The other thing that we've been in the process of doing, and we will continue to do, is invest heavily in the shift that's happening in the market from the wholesale market to the retail travel agent market. We've invested aggressively in people and in technology to serve that marketplace in Europe, in Asia, Australia, North America. We think that's a key growth lever for this business. Our Octopus business, which historically was simply a distribution extension of GTA, is really going through a fundamental transition. Sapient built for us a new technology, which we call the Columbus platform, which is soup to nuts, a totally new organic development. We'll go to market this month. And what that does is it will triple the amount of inventory that Octopus has for the consumer direct marketplace. Very excellent consumer grade user interface, and that will serve us well both in the consumer direct marketplace and in the partner marketplace, where we act as a full hotel engine, for example, for airlines. So as we see it, we have pretty broad diversified portfolio. The other big thing from a customer perspective is XML connectivity. We have well over 1,000 well-sized tour operator and travel agent customers around the world, and that is actually our fastest growing channel. So it's very exciting for us that as people tap in, one of the inherent things that happens is while we market ourselves as a company with global inventory, when they connect in and they're not making an offline decision about whether to use us for Europe or, for example, the US, but the inventory is sitting on their desktop, they inherently go and make a tremendous amount of bookings in markets where we have the strong growth. So, for us, we've invested in excess of $50 million the last 3 years of capital into the GTA business. It's interesting. We get a lot of benefit from the halo of the Travelport brand, and there are certain technology advantages we get being part of Travelport, but one of the unique things about GTA is we're a network business, and we have many nodes of customers, we have many nodes of suppliers, So we have 23,000 hotel relationships, we have 20,000+ services relationships, we have 30,000+ customer relationships, and we bring many to many. So in fact, our relationships typically are not gigantic relationships with any one customer or any one supplier, and I think it's one of the unique qualities of our marketplace. So it is it's a set of relationships based on being able to produce for each other, but relationship does still matter in this marketplace, and that's really done at a grassroots, granular level. Yeah, it's interesting. We had a senior management meeting today talking about what we see as, again, a difficult market for the next year, but really a strong set of opportunities that don't present themselves in a normal growth marketplace. So our relationship with suppliers becomes even more important for suppliers over the next 1 to 2 years than perhaps it was over the last 3 or 4 years. Our relationships with customers, when there's a flight to quality, becomes critical for their success. So we want to make sure that we focus our resources on growth markets and on customers and suppliers that matter. One of the benefits of being owned by a private equity company is that we can invest for the long term. And it's really about creating long-term shareholder value. And while, like any other business, we have quarterly targets to manage to and annual budgets to manage to, there has not been an investment that we've wanted to make, whether it's capital, technology, people resources, that we have been denied in the 2+ years ownership by Blackstone and within the Travelport family. So